Yes. Oh, wait, hold on. A little bit higher. A little bit higher. Well, we're gonna have to make this work because we only have a chair. So. Welcome back to podcast episode 2. Sorry that things are a little not glamorous today.
Ain't no thing, girl.
I left the tripod at home, and so we're on a chair.
Working with what we've got.
We are
making it work to bring you podcast 2
of the currently untitled Chelsea Estano podcast.
In our defense, we have come up with more names since last week, and they are all taken.
Yep. Still,
of course.
That seems to be the problem that we're running into.
Yes, that's just what it is right now.
Do you think that I can drink this on camera?
Sure. We're human. Oh my god, I was like, what is that noise? We have New Girl on in the background in one of the greatest episodes, The Crawl.
Yeah.
Hilarious. Great show.
I just realized as I was sipping that, which is what took me so long, was remember when I gave up soda and I didn't drink soda for like 5 years? Yeah. And I have been very stressed out as of late. It's chaos today. Just complete chaos.
Come here, puppy. Oh, watch this.
Oh god.
I know. I'll give it kisses.
Hey buddy.
He's
Hello.
gonna sit. Yep.
Just gonna scooch over this way.
Make room for one more.
Make room for Monty. Podcast idea name.
Yes. Oh my god, I wonder if we could incorporate like dog somehow in the title or something. Anywho.
Two girls, one dog.
Oh
that
god.
Sounds like 2 girls, 1 cup.
Ew, see, that thing is real seriously disturbing. Ew.
Somebody messaged me and they were like, you should do like a 2 girls like thing, and I was like, immediately no. Yeah. First thing I think of is 2 girls, 1 cup.
Exactly. Me too.
But
if you don't know what we're talking about, you could, if you have any desire, Google it, look it up.
Oh god.
But I recommend not doing that.
If that has not been removed from the internet, I
have questions. Why?
Yeah.
First question, how dare you?
Okay, wait, your dog is currently covered in like little white specks.
It's because he was scratching on the carpet. Oh. So old. He has this thing where he scratches all over the carpet, and then like, I call it, I don't know, carpet remnants, residue, like come up all over him. So he's got it all over him right now. He's a mess. You need a bath.
That was the first time I ever saw him, like, literally. I was like, what is he doing? And he's just like clawing away at the carpet.
Yeah, you guys may see that from time to time. Never know.
Anyway, he is loved, even though he acts like he's deprived.
He's such a little love. So cuddly.
We're talking about you.
Loves to snuggle.
You're very close in my personal space right now.
Loves to get in people's personal space.
Okay. Oh, thank you.
Loves to give kisses.
Okay, so.
Loves to get kisses. Anyway.
So today we want to talk about the Eagles.
Yes, this week is a special week.
We are sad. I actually
heartbroken.
I didn't even tell you this.
Disappointed.
When I put on this shirt today, I was like, I'm wearing black because I'm in mourning.
Aww.
And
I'm in all tan.
This is a nice outfit though.
Thank you.
You look very
and my little slippers.
Are you wearing socks?
Yes.
That
they have.
Are they slipper socks inside of a slipper?
Penguins on them. No, I just love to wear socks, especially fuzzy socks and slippers.
It's a very Jason Kelce move right there.
Oh yeah.
Speaking of,
love
we will
that.
Also be talking about him.
Definitely we'll be talking about Jason today.
So we're not really sure what today's gonna bring. And so we're just gonna get into it. So
winging it.
Do you wanna, well, I guess first, what are your thoughts?
After that disappointing loss.
What are your thoughts on that colossal collapse of our team? Monty's like, no,
So,
don't.
I think that you and I have talked about this before, and we kind of expected this to happen, and we didn't get our sights set too high because of that reason. But we were trying to stay optimistic. I do remember we were talking about that in last week's episode too. But I thought that we could do it, and immediately when they took the field, I was like, yeah, this is gonna be brutal.
It was like
and it was.
instantaneous. It was like literally, like, I think they scored their first touchdown. Yes, I'm petting you. I am petting you. I promise.
Yes,
I am
she
not.
is. She's
I
giving
have
him lots
not
of
lost
love.
contact.
Oh, and another thing, in my head, I said this to myself. I was like, whichever team scores first here is gonna win.
Yep.
And that's exactly what happened.
But they
Bucks
literally,
won.
they scored twice within the first 10 minutes of play. And I was like, well, that
My eyes!
has set a tone.
Yeah.
And you know, I went into it, expecting the loss. I was not expecting the loss by that much. I wasn't, like, I didn't think that we were going to lose that badly. That was terrible.
It was pretty bad. It was literally so embarrassing and just painful to watch. I'm sitting there and I'm like covering my eyes basically because I didn't want to endure the pain of what I was seeing, and especially after how they started the season. So it was a really, really rough way.
Shout out to Jake
end.
Elliott,
Oh, yes.
because Jake,
Thank you, Jake.
Jake has always been like, he's just, we would not be as good without Jake Elliott.
Yeah.
Like,
He's saved our butts.
Yes, he's saved our asses so many times.
For sure. And just the dog. Yes.
I'm over here flopping his ears, and whenever I do this, my immediate reaction is, I'm Dobby from
You're a free elf.
I'm a free elf. I almost said that out loud with no context.
I would have understood.
I literally was like standing here going like
You're
this.
a free elf.
And I'm like talking about the Eagles, and you're like saying your sentence, and I'm like, I'm Dobby, I'm a free elf.
It would have made sense to me. I would have knew what you meant.
I'm glad.
And maybe some of you too.
Also, I literally was just like, why is it so warm all of a sudden? And I forgot to turn on the fire.
We have the fireplace going. You know, we're setting the ambiance here.
Yes, yes. It's a
And
very
so-
professional quality
Yes.
podcast happening right now.
Love
We
it.
have the works.
You know, we're doing our own thing right now, and it works because, I mean, we banter, we chit chat, we're great friends. Like, we make it work. We got lots of great things to say.
I'm gonna change the topic really quick from the Eagles to Montana again,
Okay.
and dogs in general.
Yes.
Because
Do you
have
see that paw?
I don't think
It was up
I don't think
there.
they can see the paw. So she was telling me, you were telling me that when dogs do that thing where they put their paw up on you, it means that they're saying I love you.
Yes.
But the way I was just petting his head, I was almost like, is he telling me, stop, please don't do that?
No.
Like, because
He's like, please do it more.
have you ever seen the movie The Choice?
Sounds familiar.
It's the one where
Is that
it's-
based on a Nicholas Sparks book?
yes.
Yes.
It's the guy is a vet. He's a vet, and his neighbor is a girl that's going to med school, and her fiance is the guy from Smallville that played Superman,
Oh.
Tom Welling.
Yeah.
and the guy that lives next door, the vet guy, he has a dog. His name's Moby, like Moby Dick, the whale. And he says that every time he puts his hand on his head, Moby will like put his head up, and that's like Moby saying that he loves him. And I think about that every time like Monty pushes his head against my hand.
Yeah.
And I'm like, oh, does that mean he loves me? Because then he does that, and then sometimes he paws me, and I'm like, is he saying I love you, or is he saying stop that?
He loves it. He absolutely loves it.
So that's what makes me think of that. Anyway, completely off topic.
Squirrel moment.
Squirrel moment. Ooh! Sorry, bud.
Sorry.
Sorry. He's reactive to that word, apparently.
He knows a lot of, he knows a lot of words, including squirrel.
Including S-Q-U-I.
He knows B-U-N-N-Y. That's a really big one.
How do you spell squirrel?
S-Q-U-I-R-R-E-L.
There are 2 R's.
2 R's.
That's where I got stuck. I was like, I don't know. It's also a spelling lesson here today. So anyway, back to the Eagles and their colossal fall down that we're obviously trying to avoid because. See, everyone's trying to avoid the subject.
Yeah,
it's happening.
Come on, buddy. Go lay down. Go lay down.
Come over here, buddy.
Good boy.
Here, lay down.
Lay down.
Sit.
Okay. Go ahead.
Sit.
Go ahead.
Sit. Okay.
Lay down right here.
Okay. Right there.
Lay down.
Lay down.
Lay down.
Lay down, buddy.
Lay down. Lay down.
Yes, lay down. Yes.
Ow.
Oh my God. Oh, Monty, no, the tail. The tail of Monty. This is okay, sir.
No.
Sir, we are recording.
You gotta lay down.
We're recording right now.
Recording in progress.
Sit. Sit.
Go lay.
Sit.
Oh my God.
Or there. Okay, that works. Okay,
wait, this would be awesome if he was sitting the other way and then he would be literally like facing everyone too. Go ahead. Come on, lay down, buddy. Go ahead.
Lay down. Don't lick my ear.
Come on. Lay down, baby.
Down.
Montana, down. Montana, lay down.
Listen to your mom.
Montana,
listen
down.
to your mom.
Good boy, there it is.
Okay.
Good boy.
Okay.
Okay. Now he's looking.
Okay, there we go. Oh my God.
So yes, back
you
to
saved the soda.
I did.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. I put that up here because I wanted to drink it, but I didn't want Monty to knock it over, like being on the ground. This is just, my God.
Chaos.
This is absolute chaos.
Yeah.
Podcast name. Absolute chaos. We're going to look into that.
Look it up. We looked up something else with chaos today, too.
Currently
chaotic. Yeah.
Because
it's taken.
Yep. But
of course.
Chaos. We're not sure about that one.
We were going to check.
Pretty much everything that we've thought of at this point, someone has taken. And it's like, so many people are making podcasts.
Yeah, no. It's rough out there.
First of all, we want to thank all 500 people who watched episode 1.
Yes.
It might have been more than 500, but it was at least 500. So thank you for that.
Thank you.
Very exciting. If you would like, you can review our podcast. We are on Spotify now. I figured out how to do that.
Yay! And also, in the meantime, like while you were doing that, you discovered that Spotify can put up video now?
Oh,
like
yeah.
with it. So like the video is in there too.
Yep.
Which is awesome.
So double the fun of functionality of audio and video on Spotify, which used to just be audio only. Sorry, I'm itching my arm. And I got distracted.
Oh no.
So I have a slight allergy to dogs. Not as bad as cats, but sometimes when Monty is playing, he'll like, so it's when he like scratches me when we're playing, and then wherever he scratches me, that's where it starts to itch. Or like if he like gets his saliva on me, that's where it'll start to itch. And it's usually just on my forearms, but
a little on your neck right now too, I see.
Oh, like right here?
Yeah.
Oh, I can feel that.
Yeah.
Ooh, allergies are weird. Yeah. Allergies are weird, man.
For sure.
Sorry, what were we talking about? Oh, the Eagles. That's right.
Not much of
The
a
thing that we're trying to avoid.
yeah, it was just sad. They looked terrible.
Of absolute chaos.
Yes.
So yeah, they looked terrible.
On both sides of the ball.
They did not look like a team that knew how to play football
with each other like they've been doing.
Somebody was like, this is like kindergarten football, and I was like, I don't know, like I feel like kindergartners would at least have
they might have done
some
better
coordination. Like I don't want to talk about it because I don't want to get angry, but we have to talk about it because we're doing a somewhat sportsy podcast. But so my feelings are fire everyone, including Howie Roseman.
Oh, get rid of happen.
Get rid of Howie. Get rid of Nick. Get rid of all the coaching staff that Nick brought in, except the offensive line coach. The offensive line coach, they were saying that he's been with the team for years, and like Jason Kelce like really loves him and respects him.
I want Jason Kelce to come on the team as a coach
I
if he
would
does
like,
retire.
I would like them to hire Jason Kelce as the head coach.
That would be awesome.
That was where I was getting to.
Sorry,
I
jumped ahead.
Yeah, but
My bad.
yes. I was going to say when we got to the part of him possibly, but not actually. Because so today on their podcast, New Heights, he said he didn't formally announce his retirement.
Yeah, but then he started tearing up. Like we all know.
I think
it's inevitable.
It's coming. All know. But so someone else said this.
But he wants to do it in his own way, which I can absolutely respect. He needs to take time to process that awful loss.
So he said on the podcast, like, that wasn't the time or place to announce it. And somebody else said, imagine having a 13-year career and being a Hall of Famer center and like having your entire career just be like this momentous thing that just people are enamored by you as a player, and imagine that you don't even get to announce your own retirement because somebody leaked it to the press.
Exactly.
And like,
I can't even imagine that. People are really, really mad about that. Rightfully so, honestly. But yeah, he's gonna do it on his own time, which he should, and how he wants to do it, which again he should.
I drank the soda too fast and the bubbles itch my throat.
Oh my god.
So because I didn't drink soda for such a long time, if I take 2 big gulps, I don't know if you can see, my eyes are watering up right now.
I thought that it was something with the dog.
If I take 2 big gulps, it like, the bubbles like come back up and like they tickle my nose, and so can you see that I'm tearing up right now?
Not really.
Oh, okay, that's good.
Okay.
It's like, my eyes are watering.
I was like, am I gonna need to call 911?
No, I just took too big of a gulp. Okay. I'm okay. I'll be all right. Woo.
Okay.
Don't drink soda, kids. It's bad for you. Clearly. Okay. But yeah, Jason Kelce.
He did address it at least.
I love Jason Kelce.
But, oh, don't we all? He is a gem. He's such a treasure. He's a national treasure.
I mean, I think we talked about him last week and had nothing but good things to say about him and Kylie and Donna and the whole Kelce clan.
The whole Kelce clan.
Kelce
clan?
Kelce
gang.
crew.
Kelce crew. Ooh,
well,
that.
they both start with C's. So
it still work.
Kelce Caboodles.
Kelce Caboodles.
I'm thinking Kitten Caboodles.
I get it. Yeah.
Kelce. We're just gonna call them the Kelce crew. We love them. They're great.
They are amazing. Such great people.
So that's how I feel without going into too much detail and getting upset about it.
Yeah, we are really upset.
We're still processing it a little bit.
Still processing the whole season, really. And then the fact that when his documentary came out, 2022? Whenever the Kelce documentary came out.
2023. That was 2023?
Because that was supposed to be his last season.
That was this season, because remember when they were on the podcast and they were about to start talking about Taylor Swift, they were talking about how Kylie had to bring Jason Pants to the premiere.
Kylie.
Yeah.
She's great. We love her.
Everything in our life is associated with what happened when on the Kelce podcast.
Yes. But yeah, that was supposed to be his last season. And he's like, I'm coming back.
So that was supposed to be
one more
last
year. I don't know if he ever said one more year, which would be this year.
Right.
So I think it's the inevitable. I think that we know it's going to happen, but it needs to happen in a way that he can do himself to really give it.
Jason Kelce for president and head coach of the Philadelphia Eagles and the world.
Love that. Would love that. He's amazing. They're all amazing.
Fire the rest of our team and get rid of Jalen Hurts. I know.
You guys.
We do not agree on Jalen Hurts at all.
Love him.
I
can't
don't know him as a person.
He's fabulous.
Other than the fact that he apparently quotes like Socrates and stuff.
He's like a poet.
But I do know as a football player, he holds on to the ball too much. he runs it himself, and that's the only time he scores, and he's not very good at passing. And you heard me. And she completely disagrees.
I can't talk about this.
All of that.
I have loved Jalen Hurts since his Alabama days.
Well, that's so.
I have ties.
So you're an Alabama fan.
Yes,
And so that's.
indeed.
I know that's why you like him. Also, isn't Baker Mayfield?
No, he's from Oklahoma. So Jalen Hurts started at Alabama. Then he transferred after to Oklahoma, where Baker Mayfield. That's how they like knew each other.
Okay, because
they
I
went
was
to the
like,
same
you put
school.
up a post the other day that you were like, they're finally meeting again, and I was like, from where?
From where?
It might have been one of your stories.
Maybe could have been maybe.
But
But Jalen and Tua, those are my two favorite quarterbacks to come out of Alabama ever.
so you know that's
So yeah, I
actually,
have personal ties.
That's.
I mean,
Excuse me.
not personal.
Now I'm burping as
No.
well.
Not personal, but you know.
So that's actually another really good thing to bring up, because like college football is so much different than the NFL.
So different.
And I
used
feel
to not
like
it. Sorry, I keep I'm getting excited.
Go ahead. You used to not like.
Oh, I was just gonna say I used to not even like college football at all. And Tyler, oops,
Her husband.
my husband, went to Alabama, and then obviously everyone at Alabama that goes there is super into football.
Yep.
They were a dynasty, amazing team. So
Well, I
obviously,
mean, we're in Penn State country, so like we know about like the importance of football and college football. But,
Yeah.
like I
never was into it.
I worked for a college football team. I worked for Temple's football team, and
Go Owls.
I loved football when I was in college. I loved that and being there and being a part of the team.
Getting
But-
to experience that like is amazing.
Yeah, but like they don't pay the players. There aren't a lot of endorsement deals. They're literally.
I think that's changing now.
Is it? Because like that's the thing I don't like about it is like it's literally become this thing where it's as important.
Sorry.
We're gonna blame that on the dog. It's as important as the NFL, except they don't get the students, the players, don't get the benefits of it in college, and that I don't think is right, and that is something that I have qualms with.
Yes. So do many people.
Yeah, and like, you know, they make them millions of dollars.
Yeah.
Millions of dollars.
And they're kind of just like using them like pawns. But that said, again, I do think it's changing.
I'm welting.
Oh no, I think
I'm
Do
welting.
you need to go wash your hands? Or
No.
Okay.
Maybe not. Maybe I should. I'm gonna go wash my hands really
Yes.
quick. 10 minutes later.
Hands washed.
That wasn't even 10 minutes. That was like, that was much less than 10 minutes. So we were talking about college football, how I don't like
different
it.
beast.
Because they don't pay the players, and I think that's a thing that needs to change. Also,
I think it is.
I have ripped open a gash on my finger
Oh,
as well.
no.
What is
Do you
happening?
need a Band-Aid?
I just like need medical care all around.
Oh.
No, it's been on there for a while. I punched something, like, you know how when you like hit your hand, like you're like, oh, I didn't mean to punch that, but then I punched it.
There he goes.
There he goes.
Scratching the carpet in the
again.
background. Go lay down, honey. Come
So I did that and I cut my hand open. But it's all right. It's actually been like that for like a couple of weeks, so it's all healed now. And this is because of the carpet, because I was leaning on the carpet. But yeah, so I'm not a fan of college football for that reason. And so like I will watch it, but I will not overhype it. I won't like pledge allegiance and loyalty to anybody but the Temple Owls. But we're not very good. Sorry.
It's okay.
Like when I tell people that's my team, they literally judge me.
Aww.
They're like, why? You have Penn State in your state. And I'm like,
Does anyone say?
No.
Did you get it though?
Yes, I did. Amazing. Did you get it?
Just
yes.
making sure.
Yes, I did get that one. Some things do go over my head, but that one did not. But yeah, but I think there's a difference between college and NFL.
Yes, there are a few differences. And college, I feel like a lot more things slide.
I also, so like even with Carson Wentz,
for the most part,
everybody was like, Carson Wentz was the best quarterback that came out of Oregon?
No, North Dakota State? Yeah, North Dakota State, some random place.
Who was the run that was really good at Oregon? I mean, they got a lot of players that are really good at Oregon, but
I don't remember, but that's where Chip Kelly came from.
Oh, I do remember that. Maybe that's why. I was like, I do remember that we had somebody big from Oregon. It might be Chip Kelly.
Yeah.
That makes sense. I think it might be Chip Kelly.
God, that's another one.
Yeah, that's another one.
Dismantled
I didn't like
our
him
whole
either.
team.
I didn't like him either. Carson Wentz, I was like, he's promising, but like,
I'm not out so good.
Again, not gonna overhype. I hate when we overhype people because it's kind of like
we get excited.
Travis Kelce and Taylor Swift's relationship. Everyone is overhyping them so much that like it's leading to what could possibly be disaster if it falls apart.
Hopefully not.
And it's like, stop hyping things up. Just let people be.
People get so invested.
Because I think that's one of the things that happened with both Carson and Jalen is everybody was like, they're going to be MVP, Hall of Famer things. And it's like, they didn't translate. Their skills didn't develop from college to NFL, which is something that like, it needs to be worked on. It needs to be something that like, they focus on because it's two completely different games. Like it just is. And
different beast.
And I think that when you overhype somebody, it puts more pressure on them. And then if they do fizzle out, you're like, well, see, and I'm just like, I don't overhype people. I'm like, if they're a good quarterback, great. Like, I think if you're Tom Brady, if you're Peyton Manning, if you're nope, not gonna say that one because he was a cowboy. Not gonna say that one. Y'all know who I'm talking about. We're not gonna say it out loud. It's like Voldemort. If you're Joe Montana, like if you're any of those quarterbacks who are like
legends.
They are legends. They spent years. They were great. But
these people will eventually get to that point.
Yes,
and be
eventually
known as
yes,
that.
Eventually,
Did you
yes.
say Tom Brady?
I did say Tom Brady. He was
okay.
the first one I said. Yes.
My bad.
Tom Brady, and then Peyton Manning. I love Peyton Manning.
We love Peyton. Peyton, you rock.
Not Eli though.
Well, because he was a Giant. He was on the Giants, and
he will forever be Sheila Manning.
Sheila Manning. But listen, he is hilarious actually. Like him and Peyton together, because I also was always like, oh, Eli, because we shun the Giants. We don't like them. Same with the Cowboys, obviously.
It's the unwritten rule.
Exactly.
You can never give them credit, even if they were good.
But now he's out of the league.
Just like
he's hilarious.
The unnamed Voldemort Cowboys quarterback that was maybe good, that I will not speak of. Anyway,
moving on.
But yeah, so like they're treating Carson and Jalen like they're Tom Brady and Peyton Manning, and they're just not. They were really good in in college, which is great. That doesn't mean it's going to translate. Like even Baker Mayfield, Baker Mayfield is a great quarterback.
Yeah. He's been on so many different teams already too in his career so far.
Yeah. The only
not faulting him for that though.
The only quarterback that I will pledge my allegiance to. You know who it is?
Peyton Manning?
No.
Wait.
Nicholas Foles.
Oh, duh. Wait, oh my gosh, how did I
love Nick Foles.
That is she's like a little giddy schoolgirl.
That is the only quarterback that I was excited when he was signed. I was like, he's the future of the Eagles, but then they didn't play him, which was infuriating. He took us to the Super Bowl, and I loved Nick Foles since day one. I was a huge Nick Foles fan. And that
Philly fans love Nick forever and ever.
That is the only quarterback.
He got us that Super Bowl. He was amazing.
That I would say from day one. He never had to earn my trust. He just had it.
Yeah. Look at her.
I love Nick Foles so much.
Nick Foles fan club.
Nick Foles, I have your book. And it's signed.
Oh, that's awesome. Oh my God.
I have a signed copy of Nick Foles' book.
That is super cool.
My parents stood in line to get it for me because they know how much I like Nick Foles.
Yay. That's amazing.
I was bummed though because I was not here. I was in California at the time when do you remember that book signing?
No.
He did it like, it was somewhere around here.
It's sort of, I feel like it's sort of like in the back of my mind somewhere that's creeping up right now.
So,
yeah.
That's my guy. Do you have a guy? I mean,
I love Jalen Hurts, yeah. And like Donovan McNabb was also amazing to watch. Like, that Donovan. Team back in the day with like Freddie Mitchell, Brian Mitchell, Donovan McNabb, Brian Dawkins, Brian Westbrook.
I loved
that team.
Brian Dawkins and Brian Westbrook are two. So this is a complete different topic on its own. Is who is your all-star Eagles forever like best team? So Jason Kelce as center, obviously. Brian Dawkins as safety, Westbrook at running back, Nick Foles at quarterback, tight end. I really like Dallas Goedert, but he's no Brent Selleck.
Oh, Brent. Yeah, he was great.
But he's also no Zach Ertz.
BYOT. Build your own team.
So it's like...
I know. Oh, I miss Zach Ertz too. But
if I can only have one tight end, I'm going to go with Zach Ertz.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm going to go with Zach Ertz.
Nice.
I like Jordan Mailata.
Yes. I could listen to him talk to all day.
That is why I like him.
Wait. This is a total side note squirrel moment because I am obsessed with accents. Obsessed. Like Australian though, at the top of my list.
And you didn't like Ryan Gosling on New Girl?
No,
She was not a Ryan Gosling fan.
No, if Jess didn't end up, I can't say it. I can't say it because I don't want to give it away for people in case you guys watch. But no, Ryan.
If you haven't watched New Girl at this point, I'm sorry.
You're SOL.
What even are you doing with your life?
Yeah.
She and I have watched it 5 times in the last month.
Yeah, that's accurate. I was like just hopping around actually like earlier today, just random episodes, like picking random episodes to watch.
We have gotten to the point where we quote New Girl so much that we will quote it in real life, not realizing that we're quoting New Girl.
We talked about this last week, I think.
Yes, because of hot cross buns.
Yes.
Because I started singing hot cross buns, and then we're both in the grocery store, and she starts singing it. Hot cross buns,
and I'm like, because I'm in the grocery store thinking about buns.
And I said to her, I looked at her and I said, did that just pop in your head, or did you hear me singing that earlier? Because I couldn't remember where I was singing it. I just remembered that I was singing it.
Yeah.
And she was like,
I may have been in my subconscious.
She was like, I may have heard you singing it, but I think it just popped in my head. So, and then we were like, why were we both singing that? And then we went and we Googled, because I was like, I remember who it was that was singing it, and when I see it in my head, and it's Fred Willard.
Yes.
Yeah. And it's Fred Willard in an episode of New Girl.
Yes.
Where he is Schmidt's personal driver, and he's driving around Nick. And he says, would you like to listen to some music? And Nick goes, yeah, sure. And he starts going, hot cross buns, and he sings the hot cross buns.
2 a penny, hot cross buns. It's also a kid's nursery rhyme.
He goes, Mr. Schmidt loves this song. And like,
typical.
Like, just amazing.
Yes.
But yeah, anyway.
We quote New Girl all the time. I think we've said this last week. So circling back.
We've thought about making our podcast name a New Girl themed name. And then we were like, no, that might be too niche.
Yeah. But we love it forever and ever and ever.
We really have to look up Absolutely Chaotic, because this is absolutely chaotic right now.
Sure is.
We're
Many
all
squirrel
over the
moments.
place.
But wait, I'm gonna go back for a second to the oh my god.
The Eagles?
Accents.
Oh, accents.
And the Eagles. But yes, I am obsessed with accents. Australian accents are at the top. Of course, love British accents too. I just love accents in general, and I'm so fascinated. And I like to think that I'm a good impersonator. So like, I'll do that sometimes.
My favorite accent is British. And then I think New Zealand / Australia.
Yes. See, so we're like flip-flopped.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I'm trying to think what else. I really like an Irish.
Irish, yes. it's just like so fun to listen to people talk.
There's all...
And then it's cool to think like us Americans too, like we have accents as well, but like obviously we can't hear ours at all.
We have accents to people who have accents to us.
Yes, exactly, from other countries. So it's like really cool to think about, and I'm just
except ours is such
really
a unsophisticated one. Like,
yeah.
Excuse me, I burped again. French people are like, bonjour, mademoiselle, you look beautiful today.
Bonjour.
And then you have London people be like, oi. No, wait, that might be Australian. No, wait. I'm thinking like Roy Kent, like London. Well, there's also different variations of
just like
the English accent, like because you have like a London, you have a Cockney, you have like a Wales, England area, you have like a Scottish, because Scotland is technically in Europe. It's in the UK, and so is Ireland. So technically, those are European accents. And then you have us, Americans, the descendants of the Europeans.
Yes,
who have
here we are.
This. There is nothing special about our accent unless you're like from Texas.
Yeah, the southern accents.
California, they have a little bit of an accent out there.
Yeah,
I mean, we do have the New York accent.
Yes.
Oh, the Philly accent. The Philly accent, of course.
How can we forget
I actually get told quite often that people can hear my Philly accent when I get...
People can definitely hear, I think, our accents more, like you said about New York, like we're so close to there, and like Philly too. So that can come into play as well.
I think when I go to Philly...
And like also Valley Girl, like sometimes I feel like I sound really like Valley Girl-ish.
Like California Valley Girl?
No. Like Lehigh Valley Girl.
Which is another podcast name that we thought about. That
we have.
We were like,
But I think something is taken. A variation of it.
Yes. We were going to do the Valley Girls.
Yes. Oh, that was such a good one.
Because we didn't want to do the Lehigh Valley Girls because we didn't want to get pigeonholed to Lehigh Valley.
Yeah.
So we were going to do the Valley Girls because we also both lived in the Valley in California. So
it would have been perfect.
Yeah. So that's where we really liked the Valley Girls because we technically were Valley Girls in California and we're Valley Girls here. So there's that, but that was taken.
Yeah. Anyways, so back to like building our own teams, like, and what Eagles team is our favorites. I think that's like where we kind of started.
Oh, yeah.
I was gonna say, so like I loved that era of like Donovan McNabb, Brian Dawkins, all those guys, amazing. But I think my favorite Eagles team is right now, like last year even. Super Bowl year even. I'll go there too. But because we have Jalen Hurts on the team,
Super Bowl
like
2018 was the best Eagles team.
That was incredible. I cried when we won the Super Bowl.
I did too.
I screamed, lost my voice. Should have went to the game. That's a mistake.
I remember last year you were looking up tickets.
Oh, I was.
And you were like ready.
Thank God I did
You were
it.
ready to spend $2,000 to go to the game. She was like, I'm gonna max out my credit card. I'm gonna go broke. I don't care.
It was over $5,000 for standing room only.
Yeah.
And I was ready. But I was texting
you were
my
ready.
family
You were ready to
members.
spend like $2,000. I was like, how much are you willing to spend? You were like, if they're $2,000, I'm going.
Well, here's the thing. For the Super Bowl in 2018 when we won, which was the 2017 Super Bowl. Anyway, it gets really confusing, that stuff. Anyways, those tickets were $2,000 and I was like, oh my God, like heck no, who's paying that? What a mistake.
I have been to 2 World Series.
Doubled and then some. Because last year, like I said, when I was looking, when the Eagles and the Chiefs were in it, Montana?
That's a hairball from me. I apologize.
I was like, what is that? Anyways, they were over $5,000 for standing room only, I'm pretty sure. And I was like texting my family members and I was like, will you go with me? Will you go with me? Because they were all like really into it too and like considering going.
Yes, I
Thank
see you.
God none of us went because
okay, I will pitch you.
The end was not in our favor. Montana's back for pets.
He's literally like, pet me.
Oh,
yeah, there you go. I see you, buddy. I don't know if you guys can see his little paw right here. He does that.
Precious
That's
baby.
his thing.
That's him saying he loves you.
When I went to the World Series in 2008, Game 5.
Oh wait, don't hate.
That was the year and the game that we won. Yes. And we got tickets.
Game 5, you said?
Game 5.
Awesome.
And that was the one that was rained out. And so we actually bought tickets for the second night of the rain date in case we won. So we only got to see half the game
Aw.
because we started in the 5th or 6th inning, so we got the 5th, 6th, 7th, 8th, and 9th. But we only made it halfway through the game, and we spent $500 each on those tickets, and they were
That's
in
amazing.
the 300 level. And then last year, I went to the 2022. Was it 2020? No, it was 2022.
2020.
I went to the 2022 World Series when the Phillies were playing. Hi, buddy.
No, they weren't in last year. 2023.
No, last year we didn't make it to the World Series.
Oh my God, you're right.
Yeah.
Never mind, disregard, you're right.
We made it to the championship.
It was the Texans and the Astros.
correct. So the year
Never mind.
before,
I stand corrected.
I got
You did
into the
then.
lottery.
Yes.
And so
I remember that.
So those tickets were the price of a standard regular ticket. So those were only $200 each. So somehow for game 3, which was the home run derby, it was freaking fantastic. That was the game that we won, or we got like 10 home runs, I think.
So many homers.
Hi buddy, I see you. Yes. So that one
I think
only
you're right,
paid-
there was 10.
Yeah. So that one,
Oh my God, $200.
we paid $200 for a
Incredible.
ticket. Yeah.
Oh my
And that was
gosh.
through the lottery when it wasn't a resale ticket.
Yep.
And that was in the 200 level. So we had
Nice.
better seats,
Ben.
and it was not the end of the game. So it was the middle of the series, which is why I think that they were cheaper.
Better price.
Because I think if it were the middle of the series, they would have been more expensive.
Oh, hello.
Hello, sir. Hello.
He's just coming in now.
Hello. Yeah. Everybody's gonna have to get used to this.
No.
Until we get money to film in a studio.
But I feel like this is awesome.
Yeah.
Hanging
Done.
with the dog.
You're so cute. But speaking of the Phillies,
People love ya.
pitchers and catchers report.
Oh, yay!
You can't see Chelsea.
Here I am. Hello. Hello.
Pitchers and catchers report in 31 days.
Yay! Here, come
So
over here.
30 days? Now it's 30 days.
Hold on, what's
because
today?
they report February 15th. And
hair in my
today,
Dog hair.
so 30 or 31 days. We're not sure of the math. We thought we did it right. There's a hole in my pants that I've just discovered.
Oh my God.
I've just discovered there's a hole in my pants.
There's
which
a
has been
hole in
happening.
my bucket, dear Liza. Dear
has been
Liza.
happening
There's
to
a hole
all of
in
my pants
bucket,
lately.
dear Liza. A hole. With what shall I fix it, dear Henry? Dear Henry. Do you remember that?
Yes, I do.
Oh, okay. I'm gonna stop singing it now.
It's like, I don't know where we're going with that. But
Don't either.
my hole in my pants has made Chelsea think of a hole in a bucket.
Yes.
A hole in my heart.
It's funny where brains. how
There's
brains
a
work.
hole in the world tonight. Also, we can't sing more than like 5 or 10 seconds because they'll hit us with a copyright strike. So
Oh no!
I think you're okay. I think
With
you
the
did.
Liza and Henry.
I think so. I think you did less than 10 seconds. Did I say 10 seconds or 5 seconds? I don't remember.
I don't
You
know.
can only sing like a certain amount.
Oh,
or you can only use like a
no.
certain amount before they hit you with a copyright strike.
Oh no.
I've forgotten where my mind is.
Same. I'm half girl, half dog. Oh, there he goes.
There we go. I am at the moment. Do you ever just like randomly feel your belly fat? Like you just like
Wait,
pinch it.
yes.
But
No,
like under your shirt and you're just like, what is that?
Kind of. I was gonna say I do one better. So you know the scene in the Santa Claus where Tim Allen, Santa, Scott Calvin, he's there at the doctor's office and they're like doing his little like running test. I do this more often than I should probably admit right now. And
You do the
like,
thing where you go.
I'll do the whole thing. He says, "Oh, Scott, like you just put on a little weight." He gets his belly, he shakes it. He's like, "A little weight? Does this look like a little weight to you?" And he's jiggling his stomach. And I do it all the time.
I do that
All
with my
the
boobs
time.
sometimes.
Big boob problem.
She and I have talked about like that is another
Another-
complete topic of its own.
Yes.
Is how much does a boob weigh?
Yeah.
Because
It for sure contributes to our overall weight.
we are both a
We're
part
carrying
of the
around
big,
these frickin' melons.
Yep, we're both part of the Big Breast Club.
Yes.
Not gonna be ashamed to admit
Triple
that.
B.
What?
Oh wait, no.
Are you a triple B?
BBC. No, no, no. I thought Big Breast Club. I thought it was all starting with the letter B.
Big
Never
Breast
mind. BBC. I said triple B and I was way off on.
I like the BBC.
Disregard that. BBC.
Ooh,
yeah.
Big Breast Club. That could be a podcast name. We'll look into it. But we are well endowed. And she will text. We both will text each other. But the last time you texted me and you said, I think this was like 2 weeks ago, you were like, I think one of my boobs weighs 5 pounds.
For real?
And I was like, quite honestly, I just hop them up sometimes and put them on a scale and just like see if I can like figure out how much one of them weighs. And like, I can't tell you how many times I've had the thought where if like, what if you could just like lob off your boob and weigh it? Because we as females should be allowed to deduct that weight from our body weight.
Agreed.
Because when a man's like, oh, I'm 200 pounds, what are you? And you're like, I'm 200 pounds, but I have boobs that may or may not weigh 5 to 10 pounds each. So realistically, I'm only 180 pounds. I just have this and you don't. So like,
yeah.
It's
it's a struggle.
Absolute chaos.
It's a struggle. I was just listening. I agree with everything. No, it's true. It's a struggle sometimes. And also like, they are a lot to lug around.
They are.
And like, also, I'm short. I'm 5'2", and like, I've had back problems all my life. Like, so many things, like, that have contributed to like the problems that like you go through.
Well, so
and it's not all bad. Like,
yeah. So
it's a pain though.
I'm gonna tell you an idea that I had off camera for, do you remember when I did the Girls on Fire Run Challenge last April?
Yeah.
Okay, so one of the things that I did with the Dating Hunger Games was the Girls on Fire Challenge, where everybody for the month of April would track how much they were walking or running, and everybody submitted.
Was it April already?
Yeah, everybody would submit their miles.
Almost a year.
And then we crowned a girl on fire at the end. And someone said, well, can boys do this? And it started the thought in my head where I was like, well, I want boys to do it, but I want it to be like fair if like guys are doing it. Like, how do I make it fair? And so I started coming up with all of these different ideas and churning in my brain. And one of the ideas was, how do we get men to have breasts? And that's
strapping watermelons on them.
And
little personal sized melons.
That was literally like
cantaloupe.
The thoughts that I was having on a daily basis was, how do we equate this
naming fruit
to a man? Also, different sized fruits.
Yeah.
I think that's another very important thing. Maybe we take a watermelon and we weigh a watermelon. No. We weigh a honeydew.
A honeydew.
A honeydew, because a honeydew is probably the size of a boob. We weigh a honeydew that's around the same size of our boob.
Yeah. And
see what that weighs. And that's probably similar in weight, hopefully.
Could be.
I don't know, you could have like a same size marshmallow type boob, and that would be a lot less than an actual boob.
A marshmallow boob?
Like if you had a marshmallow, like, because you know how they have those jumbo marshmallows now that are like this?
Yeah.
What if you had a marshmallow that was the size of a titty? Like, it would not weigh the same as a boob.
The boobies.
We got Joe Coy over here. She said boobies, and now.
Oh my god. I wasn't even thinking of that. Oh my god, that's hilarious, actually. But no, boobs are heavier.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Is like a marshmallow-sized boob and a honeydew-sized boob are not the same weight as a boob, because which one is more, like, a marshmallow-sized boob is not the same size as a boob.
No.
But a honeydew-sized boob,
I really want s'mores. I really want s'mores now. All this boob marshmallow talk has me wanting S'mores.
Have you ever made s'mores where you put them in the oven and you like it's like a s'mores cake?
Oh, I know what you're talking about.
Yeah.
No,
you
but
put
it
like
looks amazing.
chocolate on the bottom, and then you put a marshmallow layer, and then you put chocolate again, and then you
the
put
graham
like,
crackers got to go in there too. I think also on the bottom. Isn't the graham cracker?
I thought the graham cracker was on
wait,
the top,
maybe
but it
it's-
might be on the bottom. It
or
might be on the bottom. It's crushed
Maybe
graham
there's
cracker.
two-way. I think there's 2 ways.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't know.
And then you cut it into squares.
Squares. Yeah, sounds delicious. We are such squirrels.
We really are. The Squirrel Podcast.
Squirrel.
Oh no!
That was perfect. Oh my god, that was perfect.
Oh my
But
gosh.
we really are.
Yeah.
Wow,
accurate.
we've talked about a lot of things
We
today.
have covered a lot of topics.
We thought we were just gonna talk about the Eagles.
We were like, let's do a short episode. We'll just talk about the Eagles. We didn't really have anything planned.
Yeah.
So
We were winging it.
Yep.
But it worked.
We also looked up winging it as a name, already taken. So
if you got any more suggestions, keep them coming.
see, that's how I don't understand. Like Erin Andrews and Charisma Carpenter's podcast is called Calm Down. And it's like, how was that not taken?
Yeah.
Like, that's so simple. How was that not taken?
Sometimes I wonder if because they are so popular and well known, if it was actually taken prior to that moment, they like reached out and worked their magic, or like had their reps reach out like, we need this. We are doing something with
It's
it.
another thing that we could do if we had a lot of money.
Yeah.
Hire an attorney to barter deals
Make
for us
moves.
so that we could get whatever podcast name that we want.
Yeah. There are so
Thoughts?
many that we've wanted.
There really are.
And they were all so good. So now I feel like we're just like picking at straws, but we really got to think of a name.
Well,
Some of you
sports
have suggested some really good ones.
everybody suggested really, really great ones, and Sports and Stuff was the number one. Wait, hold on. Hold, please. Oh, I was like, fumble
Sports and
everything.
Stuff was I think you were saying like it was the number one suggestion for
Yeah.
us. Like when we asked, when we put the podcast out last week, it's like, what are your suggestions? That was like one of the main ones that came back, which is great.
Dolls and Balls.
Oh my god, that's funny.
That was by Sam Tiss 24. Untitled. That was by Gerfam.
Ooh.
Sports and Stuff. So simple. I love it. That was by Shelly Ann. Currently Untitled actually is kind of cool. That was by DW Smalls. Started spelling that out. DW Smalls. Women Talk. That was by Anna Marrow. Hungry and Games. That was by the Helitis. Someone else said, I actually like our unnamed podcast. Again, all of these were taken. We looked them all up. That was by Brenna B. The No Name Dames, A. Jane.
Oh, nice.
Poop Heads by our friend Caitlin. Thanks for that, Caitlin.
Thanks, Kate.
Winging It by Cindy 01073. I literally thought the name was Sports and Stuff. That's by Gina M. Scarpa. Sorry if I'm butchering these names, by the way. Thesaurus, Sports and Stuff until different meaning, games and things into jest and commodities. Not really sure what that meant, but I think they were saying to Thesaurus, the name Sports and Stuff. Is that?
Maybe? I'm not sure.
I think that's it.
Could be.
Bra Stool Sports.
Oh my gosh, wait, I remember that one. We got such a good laugh out of that
That one was very funny. We thank you for that
Yeah.
one. Sports and Stuff and just more unhinged spelling. Somebody said grapes under the table. Because that's what I did on New Year's.
Eve, yeah.
Surviving the Hunger Games of Life, or HAGS, the Hunger Games of Life. Maverick Mavens, that was another one. Pen Girls Podcast. 2 Girls, 1 Podcast.
Oh boy.
That was where somebody said that one, and I was like,
Yes,
oh
wait a
no.
minute. Yeah. But great suggestions so far. So like,
You got
keep them coming. We're
you
gonna
got some too,
keep
right?
looking at them. Yes.
We literally got
I got one recently from one of my friends. Hold on, what is it? Untitled and Unbothered.
Oh,
I
yeah.
like that.
We liked that one. We thought that one was cool.
Yeah.
But basically just a lot of Googling to make sure the names aren't taken.
Yeah.
And then they are.
Yeah.
So.
And if the names are available as like a podcast, it's taken on Instagram.
Right.
And like other social media platforms. So it's like, oh man. But then we would want to like have our own handle for it, so it's like kind of gets tricky.
And I'm a little concerned that the currently untitled Chelsea and Dana podcast is going to start to stick because
it might. At this point,
it's not taken.
Slim pickings.
It is not taken. We have looked.
Slim pickings, but we'll see.
Ooh, slim
we'll
pickings.
Get there.
Oh, that might be a good slim pickings.
See, when we just like start spewing off things, something's gonna stick one of these times, and we're gonna be like, there it is. That's the one. But we're gonna look all these up.
You said bestie banter. That was one that you really liked.
Yeah.
I did not like
it.
I hate the double, like
the
letter, double letter.
letter.
I was like,
the beginning letter.
What is that called?
Of like the same.
The alphabet. What are they called? Letters.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, we'll find one someday.
Sorry, I got distracted because Montana was climbing up onto the couch. And now he looks sad that no one's petting him. Sorry, buddy. Did you say he's sleepy?
Yeah. He's resting and relaxing.
He's gonna come back re-energized to jump on us.
That too.
Do we want to talk about anything else? Did we cover everything?
I feel like we covered everything today. Yeah. And then some.
I think.
We got a heck of a lot covered today.
We've made a document, I believe, that's called Segments and Name Ideas. Oh no, that was something that I did. Okay, no, sorry. I thought that we had done a shared document where we were writing down all of our stuff.
I think we've talked about that, but didn't start it yet.
I think we both just write down our stuff separately.
And we just like text them back and forth, and it's like, no.
All of our ideas
are taken.
Yep.
So.
Well, that's it for today.
That's all.
Thanks for joining us again on the currently untitled Dana and Chelsea podcast. The currently untitled Chelsea and Dana podcast.
Whichever way.
Yeah, either or. But on Spotify, it is currently the currently untitled Chelsea and Dana podcast.
Watch, follow us.
Yeah. Send us your suggestions. We already have two people who want to be guests.
Yes, we're super pumped.
We're excited that people are excited about this as we are.
Yeah.
And we hope that you guys are enjoying it as well.
Yeah.
And that's it for today.
We'll be back again soon. See you next time. I'm Chelsea Beach.
And I'm Dana Elise. And thanks for watching. And goodbye. Montana is staring at me.
Good night. Goodbye.
Say bye, Monty.
Good day.
Oh, he's not gonna say. All right.
You want to speak?
Say bye, buddy. Okay. Goodbye.